Tony Abreu here with Perceptive Outdoors. In this video, we're going to be doing a short review on the AGM Varmint TS35-384. So, stay tuned. Hey, so before we get this video started, I just wanted to say a couple things. Number one, I am not affiliated with AGM. I don't work for them, but I do sell their products. I am a dealer for them. So any part of this review comes from my own opinion. I buy their scopes and I review them, and then I also sell them. And number two, the reason why I do these videos is to basically promote my store as well. So these products, or this scope, the Varmint, is listed on my website right now on Perceptive Outdoor Gear. There will be a link in the description below, so if you're interested in one of these, please check it out on my store. And I have all 4 models up there, and we can get you hooked up. So thanks, and let's get into it. This is the AGM Varmint TS35-384. This is a scope from AGM. It has many firsts, and it's great for the money. It's a compact scope with a built-in 600-yard laser rangefinder, LRF. It has a 384 core, thermal sensor, and it comes with a 3x base magnification. So 3x base magnification, a lot of people ask me what base magnification is. Your eyes are 1x, and then this one is 3 times what your eyes are, so it's 3x base magnification. This unit also, it has many firsts. It has a new battery system. Most of the older units that they sell had a little side pocket for CR123 or 123A batteries, which in my opinion were horrible. This unit, they basically took and put a battery section here, so you just unscrew this, and it's kind of hard to do with one hand, but that's generally how you have to do it. Unscrew it, it's waterproof, and then your unit goes in head first. It's got a little picture right here of how the battery goes in, and you push that down, and it is a rechargeable battery. It actually comes with 2 of those same rechargeable batteries. They're 35 milliamp hour batteries, and like I said, it's hard to screw in, so I'm having a hard time screwing it in right now. It's a little difficult with one hand or one-handed, but hopefully I can get it here. And it comes with 2 batteries and a charger. Fully charged battery will last somewhere between 3 to 5 hours depending on how you're using the scope. Turning the Wi-Fi on will definitely drain it a little faster, as well as there's a CVBS option in here as well to run it to a monitor. That'll run it down a little faster. But 3 to 5 hours isn't bad. Generally, a hunt that I go on during a weeknight, which is from like 8 o'clock to midnight or whatever, generally I don't have to change the battery out because I turn the display on and off. And in order to do that, once you turn it on, you just bump the red button and it'll turn the display off, so it saves some battery power. But then I also carry the second fully charged battery in my pocket. But if you did run out of batteries, like a friend of mine has the same unit, and he has a little 5,000 milliamp hour battery pack that he runs, and he just runs that, so you don't have to worry about the batteries, which is cool as well. So the Varmint it's new. It's basically the successor, or the unit that came out right after the Rattler. The Varmint comes in 4 different models. Basically, you got a TS35-384, that's this unit, which comes with a 3x base magnification. And then you have a TS50-384, which is the same unit but with a 4x base magnification. Then there's a TS35-640, which has a 640 core in it with higher resolution with a 2x base mag. And then you have the TS50-640, which is a 640 core, again with a 2.5 base magnification. All Varmints all the sensors in the varmints are running a 12 micron sensor, giving you better detail in the picture. The varmint comes standard with an already installed American Defense Manufacturing quick detach mount or quick disconnect mount. So American Defense Manufacturing, or ADM for short, they actually are one of the best in the business as far as creating mounts, and it comes already equipped with this. I don't have any problems taking this on and off my scope and worrying about accuracy. I mean, they're the best in the business, or one of the best, so I love that aspect of it. A lot of scopes come with mounts and you have to replace the mount to put a better one on. I like the fact that this one comes already in and it's already built into the price. So this unit has 16 gigabytes of internal memory for taking snapshots or recording video. It has a 1750 yard detection range for the thermal sensor. My estimation for ID range to actually ID an animal with this unit is probably somewhere between 300 and 500 yards, depending on the size of the animal. But you know, a new person looking through a thermal for the first time, that might be a little bit lower, because I have a lot of experience with a lot of different thermals. So, you know, I'm going to say that I can ID something a little further out than most people can, or at least the average person. But, you know, a new person, it might be a little lower than that, but still, you can see heat from a long way. 1750 yards, that's a long way. So it also has a picture-in-picture zoom. I really don't run that, but a lot of people I know do. And what that means is you have your regular 3x or three times image on your screen, and then it'll also put a small box up above that has a 6x, or I think you can change it even higher, but I wouldn't go above 6x. And then it just gives you a closer image of what's already there in a box above with the reticle on it. I don't really use that. I don't really like it, but I also use a monocular, and you know, I use 2 of them, so I guess maybe doing that, it just doesn't seem necessary for me. This general unit here is IP67 water resistant, which, you know, in my opinion, when you're out and it could rain or whatever, I just don't really worry about it. I have no worries about this unit. I'm generally not hunting around ponds, so I'm not going to drop it in the water. I mean, I guess stranger things have happened, but as far as like taking it out in the rain or whatever, I wouldn't even worry about it, because it's got a good rating for water resistance. Also, the MSRP of this unit is $3459.22. Now that's in 2022. I have seen them drop their prices a little bit for like a sale or whatever, but as far as units go with actual rangefinders on them in this package, it's a compact package, and for the money, you really can't beat it. So let's talk about a couple of things that I dislike about it. So when I opened up the packaging for the first time, it comes with this case that you can keep the unit in. I'm going to open this up and show you. It seems like when they designed this case, they didn't have the ADM mount on there. And this case is pretty cool. It's got the cord in here, plug. I think you can put the batteries in here as well. Yep. And the charger. But whenever they designed this case, I don't think they designed it with the actual mount in mind, because it doesn't really fit. Like, you can tell where the scope would fit if the mount wasn't there, but it doesn't really fit right with the mount there. So it seems like they designed, I don't know if you can see that, it just seems like they designed the case before they designed the mount. Also, another thing that I dislike about this unit is the little cover that covers the USB-C port here. It does not close. I cannot get it to close. I've pushed on it or whatever. It kind of closes, but it doesn't close all the way. It's like the little thing here wasn't really made with the right shape to close properly. So the power button shuts off if you hold it more than 2 seconds. So here's one of the things, when I first got this unit, I had probably one of the best I've ever had. There were 16 pigs in the field. We had multiple shooters, and we ended up getting 5 of them, and I tried to hit record, and whenever I did, you know, if you're in the complete darkness, which we are most of the time, I hit, you know, obviously there's a red button there, but in the dark you can't tell that's red. I really was new with the scope, and I hit that button and it shut the scope off, and I had a recording going. and it totally erased my recording. I don't know. I don't like that. I think that, you know, if you're going to shut the scope off, you should hold this, and then it should bring up something to ask you if you want to shut it off, and you scroll versus just holding it down and shutting it off, because to me there should be a fail-safe in there, and I lost valuable video, you know, for that reason. So that's something with the power button, but I mean, you know, it's still a good scope. I already talked about the hard case. Sometimes, like, a buddy of mine has the same unit and we couldn't figure out how to get it to record. Mine records, his wouldn't record. I'm not sure what's going on with that either. But so that's just a couple things to dislike. You definitely got to read the manual to learn this. You know, every scope is different, so I recommend reading the manual. But other than that, you know, it's a great scope for the money, you know, considering it has a built-in laser rangefinder, which, you know, a lot of scopes now are starting to come out with that, but before they didn't even have that. And to me, at nighttime, using the laser rangefinder, it's definitely valuable at nighttime because there's no field of, like, the depth perception with a thermal is really hard to tell the depth and how far things are, especially at night. But overall, it's great for the money. One other thing too I want to say about this is the image. The 384 image versus another scope that is relatively close to this scope, and if you compared them side by side, the image on this is not superior. And when I say that, you know, it's a 12 micron scope, and to me 12 microns, it means that, you know, there's tinier little dots in there, so the resolution should be slightly better. And when comparing this scope to another scope with the same 384 and 12 micron, the other scope seemed to have smaller, like, this scope just wasn't as clear as the other scope. So now I don't know if that's something that they could fix with a software update or a firmware update, but to me the image is just not superior like it could be. But it still works very well, don't get me wrong, and it's still thermal and it's still great for the money. It's just that, you know, in my opinion, it could be a little bit clearer. And I think they really could shape that up with a software update. So, but other than that, great scope for the money. Short review here. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned, because I'm going to do a longer form review with images and video. With media that I've recorded through this scope. I have a ton of videos I've recorded through it. So look out for that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video.
Are you looking to buy a new night vision or thermal scope? With so many features and so many differences in each brand and model, it is easy to spend lots of money and not end up with the best option for you. Do you want to save time, money, and aggravation by knowing exactly what to look for in a night optic? I've created a free PDF outlining the key things to consider when buying your next night optic. To get this, go to yournextnightscope.com to get the free PDF now.